All of the things that we strive for in life are probably a substitute for love. We don't know what love is. We may think we do, but it comes down to possession most of the time. It comes down to using people and things most of the time. It comes down to admiring someone or trying to be something you're not most of the time. It's very difficult to look into another person and recognize who they are, even our children, even our siblings. We don't actually know ourselves and we don't know the people right next to us. Our husbands and wives, our children, our family, our parents, friends and enemies, we're guessing. And love doesn't come into it. um, Michael Meade has a video and some writing about how love is the cure. It's an old statement. Well, if it's real love, yeah, I can see that it would definitely be a cure. But when you think about what's going on in the world right now, what's obvious is the lack of love is just rampant. We don't, and we're so clueless in general. We come into a society that is built on competition, built on talent and knowledge and expertise, but it's not built on love. The few people that decide they're only going to do something they love and they want it not only for themselves, but they want to give this beautiful thing that they're creating to the world. Whether the world wants it or not, they are convinced the world needs it. And that is the way I've proceeded through life. Being an artist, having decided that I would try to create the most interesting and beautiful things I could. And it was for personal reasons. I felt like I had an ability that I needed to exercise, and that anyone who had an artistic ability, especially, damaged themselves by not doing it. And this is something I saw in my own family. Um, so I took that lesson and said, regardless how hard it is to actually follow through on that decision and to be a creative person who may or may not be appreciated in the world. Um, in the end, I would find a way. I would find some way to do it. And I did. There were a lot of different things that called to me. And in spite of the fact that I was painting and doing sculpture, I was always writing. And that was just something I kept to myself. And all of a sudden, after doing it for 50 years, I suddenly decided to come out into the world with it. Um, there were external circumstances that meant I couldn't afford to paint anymore. And so I did what was natural for me to do. Uh, I started writing. Actually, I'd always been writing. I just started almost being commanded by it. I would wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning with sentences flowing through my head and not letting me sleep. And I couldn't go back to sleep until I got up and wrote them down. And that started a whole series of writing and publishing. Um, I think that it's not unusual that people have um, a natural a natural impulse that is so strong it just takes hold of them and makes them do whatever it is it needs to do. It came into this world with you in your body and mind, and it is not going to take no for an answer. And that was my situation. I do think that we are now in a situation where so few people live by love. They don't even know what their talents are, what their passions might be. They just do the necessary. Michael Meade makes the point that there's an old word called daimon, Daimon, that is kind of your own individual genius. And everybody has one. But if you repress it, if you ignore it, it becomes a demon. It can take over and become a strong, destructive force in your life. I don't think any of us realize just how powerful these energies are and how we need to respect them. We need to respect what it is in us that needed to be born, needed to come into this world, needed to actually express itself. These are common things. This is why anything comes into being. And the way we're socialized is to learn to be somebody through education, through training, through class, through possessions, through talents, all of these things that look good to the world are not necessarily your genius. They're not necessarily your soul trying to grow into the world. I think we have to actually uh, we have to listen. We have to listen to this inner thing, this inner energy, and what it wants, and respect it. It is why we're here.